I'm Joe.
And I'm Digna.
Welcome to Relationships.
We're a couple having a few.
You can find us on social media. We're on Facebook, and it's facebook.com/a couple having a few. On Instagram, we are instagram.com/getting to know brews. And you can find us on YouTube. Our channel name is Getting to Know Brews. If you want to reach out to us via email, you can email us at drinkndrive@icloud.com. That's drinkndrive@icloud.com. Good evening.
Hello.
Just to kind of clear the water, you may have noticed that not the last episode, but the episode before was very different, especially compared to last week's. I actually recorded last week's before my grandfather passed away, and just in the whole hustle and bustle and kind of forgetting about having an episode ready to go, I didn't release it. I ended up not having one for last week, so yeah,
it's been hectic.
Yeah, it's hectic's a nice way to say it. It's just been topsy-turvy.
Muddled.
And
we're muddling.
What we have decided at this point is that we are going to sell our townhouse, which is pretty much where we've recorded every episode. Minus one or two.
The RV ones, yeah.
Yeah, minus a handful of episodes. That's where our studio.
Our studio.
So yeah, we're closing down the studio. So we're selling our townhouse, and we're in the process right now of moving into my grandparents' house. For background, I've spent a lot of time here. I grew up. My grandparents have had this house since 1964. They had it built. And where our townhouse was like 793 square feet with a tiny front yard, and that's all we got. This is 0.85 acres. I mean, it's a huge lot, and it's a, 3-bed, 2-bath.
Yeah,
however big that is. So yeah, we're in the process. It's been a hectic, really. I mean, just cleaning.
It's been emotional. It's been messy. It's been busy. It's been, because we're not just in the house where, like you said, we're trying to move, but someone always has to be at home because the reason we're moving in. I mean, it's not a matter of, Papa passed and now we're just like, oh, let's move into the house for funsies. I think we talked about it 2 episodes ago, how Nana is, she needs a lot of help. She can care for herself for the most basic essentials, but she really can't live alone. So someone is here at all times, and, that's to include if there's times that Joe and I either need to both be gone or, thankfully, we've chosen to take a little bit of a break, and we're fortunate to have a lot of family and a huge support system and, people who are willing to kind of cover down. We're here caring for Nana as well as trying not to disturb and disrupt her life as much as possible, which I think is impossible at this point.
It's a very it's almost like walking on a tightrope, and if anyone knows me, they know I'm not very graceful with balance and things like that. She's like, well, you go ahead and you do whatever you want to do and change what you want to change, and I'm like, this is your house. I don't want to change your house. I want to change it as little as possible.
I mean, she's the sweetest thing. Down to framed photos, she's got her little stash of treasures in her bedroom. And I think seeing us go through all of the physical things and metaphorical things, recently, she's kind of been going through her things and deciding what's important, what's not important, but also just kind of reminiscing. And she pulled out some of her pictures the other day and she was so excited to show them to me. And then in the same breath was like, well, I'll just go put these away. And I said, no, go put them somewhere in the house. And she was so insistent that, no, this is your house. I'm not going to put my pictures in your house. And I said, absolutely not. This is your house.
I keep telling her, she's like, it's your house. I'm like, no, it's your house. We're living here. We're trying to make the best of this situation. But it's still your house. It's been your house since 1964. You know,
You had
it's
this
your
house
house.
built, yeah.
You know, so we're trying to change as little as possible the common use
The common
areas.
areas, yeah.
So like the dining room, kitchen, that stuff, we're trying to change practically nothing. And her bedroom. So she's got her bedroom. So like make that, and I guess her bathroom too, which, yeah. So pretty much all of that is practically unchanged. But Papa's bedroom has now become our bedroom, and
We've definitely had to make a lot of changes in order to not even to make it like, ooh, I have a certain style and I want to make it my fancy style. It's like just functional for us. You know, it wasn't functional for us. It was full of many things that we didn't need or use or really wanted. So we've slowly, I say slowly, but it's really only been like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
It's kind of a whirlwind. But we have, we finally found a little bit of furniture that will fit our clothes because we don't have a lot, and there was just a lot of furniture in here, and we don't have the stuff and the clothes to fill the furniture that was here, and it just didn't make sense to keep all of that floor space occupied when we could just, have a room that we could clearly do pirouettes and fancy dance moves. So, why not clear the floor?
Note to self, learn fancy dance moves.
Hashtag fancy dance moves.
But yeah, so we cleaned out the closet. Papa had a lot of clothes.
Tonight,
most of it
cleaning up my closet.
And most of it doesn't fit me. So we gave to some people that did fit, and donated other stuff.
There have been no fewer than a dozen trips to either go, not just trips, but like different ways we've packed the car where it's like, okay, in this seat there's a bag for this person, in this seat there's a bag for that person, in this seat there's a bag for Goodwill because this stuff isn't going to go to anybody that we know. This is all trash. This is recyclables. And it's like you have to try to make your rounds around town make sense so that you can donate, share, make sure that things are properly disposed of. And it's just, and where we lived before is there's dumpsters. There are dumpsters where you can put all of everything, like it's just, you don't have garbage day. Garbage day is unimportant. You just keep putting your stuff in the dumpster and there's that. Where here is, this day is garbage day. This day is recyclables and you are limited to your bins. And there is zero chance that we would be able to move on with this process if we only relied on our bin. So I'm very sorry.
I was going to say the carport would be full of trash.
It would be full of trash.
And yeah,
so very, very sorry to our going to be former neighborhood. I mean, we are still paying all of the fees and all that for there. So I guess I'm not that sorry, but we've definitely been making great use of the dumpsters.
Yeah, I would say we've thrown out trash and some recyclables. It's not like we
haven't taken furniture.
Yeah, it's not like we threw a dresser and
yes. And we did give away a lot of furniture that between our room and Desmond's room that did not work for us, that we didn't need. So we've been able to share with people and just try to make the best of it for everyone possible.
So the room that Desmond is in used to be my room, and before that it was actually my father's room. So now it's 3 generations of Yarborough boys. In that room. Yeah, I moved in here when I was a teenager and lived into college. And when I joined the military, even when I was in the military, I would come home and, on leave and whatnot. This was home. But right now I'm going to take a sip of my tasty beverage. This one is called Neon Beer Hug. And it's got a picture of a bear with
a blue bear.
Yeah, but he's like he's wearing sunglasses, like Miami Vice kind of stuff.
Miami Vice, #1 new
This
show.
is made by Goose Island. It's an IPA, and it's pretty good. What do you got over there?
I've got some Sierra Nevada Sunny Little Thing citrus wheat ale. I like Sierra Nevada's
The Little Thing series.
Oh no, actually, I didn't realize
it was like hazy little right. Thing and all these
everything little thing. No, their little kind of slogan at the top. It says family owned, operated, and argued over. Because I mean, what family doesn't argue, right?
Well, fortunately, we've gotten away with a lot of, or very little argument in our family up to this point. We've had a lot of help from people. It's definitely a transition.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to continue to be, some growing pains, but grandma's been great. And like I said, I think what's really great is she's like, change anything you want. And we're like, we're not going to change anything if we can help it. So, but if it were the opposite, where it's like, I don't want to change anything. And then we just came in and,
right.
So I feel like this is better.
This is the optimal situation in a shitty situation, I guess, because
it's the best of the worst type situation. Yeah.
Love and miss Papa and bless him. But if it were the opposite situation and we were trying to, although I don't know that he would have let us move in necessarily. He definitely was more independent, but he'd be alone. So I do feel like maybe at a certain point we would have still found ourselves moving in, but it would not have been with the liberty to make it comfortable for everyone.
Well, what he had talked about, I mean, we hadn't made anything official, but what we had talked about is he was going to possibly move into our townhouse because an entire house was too much for him, is what he said. And we're like, that makes pretty good sense. That makes sense. Everything's nice and new and all that.
I just don't know that he would have, at the end of the day, I don't know if he would have honestly really followed through with that, just because this is his home. He would feel so uncomfortable in a different house.
There's no way to know at this point,
There is no way to know.
Or it might have stayed the way it was, and who knows. But,
here we are.
Fortunately, we're adjusting, I think, as well as you can possibly adjust in this type of a situation.
Yeah. Des has been great. Des has immediately taken to his new bedroom. And apart from a couple of nights where he hears the TV on and, suddenly he's got to come out and ask a question, or he heard a noise or something, bro's got like TV FOMO hardcore. So he just needs to see if he hears the TV, he needs to see the screen. But he's slept in his room every night. He loves it. Hasn't fallen out of the bed, even though he doesn't have a railing, which he would never let me take the railing off in the townhouse. So, everyone's just kind of chugging along and doing the best we can.
That's really all you can. And this house, I mean, like I mentioned, they had it built in 1964, and they have definitely made it their own. There's holes in the wall here and things there and cable run this way and just all sorts of stuff. So now I'm trying to, when we moved in, the one thing I did change really quick was the television situation. In our townhouse, we didn't have cable, home phone, anything like that. All we had was internet and Netflix
and a Fire Stick.
Yeah, exactly. Fire Stick, whatever you get on the Fire Stick kind of stuff. We pay considerably less than the
cable company around here, with cable and internet and house phone and all that stuff. Yeah. They were paying quite a bit, but they also did watch a lot of TV.
Yeah, they were paying like $250, but he had DVR and he had multiple boxes.
Do you guys remember DVR? Do you even know what that is?
Yeah, I mean, DVR is still a thing.
We have not had DVR in like...
We haven't had it since it was a thing.
7 years?
Since it was like, wow, this is really cool. We remember
had it at one point when we moved back.
Yeah, well, your mom had it. Yeah, I don't count that as us having it if your mom had it.
Your mom has it?
Yeah. No, my mom definitely doesn't. Oh. As soon as we got this ball rolling, I was like, yeah, we're not going to pay $250 a month for television.
For media of some sort.
Yeah, so we brought it down to like $70 or 70 something dollars, 75-ish. So that's where we're at now, which is to me a much better thing, because we still.
But what's funny is that they have this ginormous smart TV that was never used as a smart TV because cable is king when that's all you know. And so he enabled all the smart TV capacities and everything, and we have more probably TV access, more channel.
Just minus local and Fox News. Don't forget the Fox News.
We're Fox News. We're in a Fox News house.
So,
but yeah, so
unfortunately for Grandma, I know there are ways to get Fox News. I I haven't really jumped into the deep end, but the Samsung TV has its own like little
like Fox News Live or something like that.
it's got a bunch of different like news outlets. There's like CBS News, so it's like, you know what? How about CBS News? They've got it's news enough.
You get a general feeling for what's happening in the world.
You know, they'll still talk about pandemics and monkeypox and isn't that what it's called? Monkeypox.
Monkeypox. Yeah. We have monkeypox now, so
no, we don't have monkeypox.
We do not. Sorry, no.
I mean, yet who knows how it's going to work out?
But yeah, I mean, just to kind of catch folks up, today is the day that we had Papa's memorial service, and it wasn't, you know, an official service in the sense of a church or a funeral or a viewing or even, you know, spreading of ashes or anything. We just had family over, and we had all his favorite foods. Fried catfish was one of his very, very favorite foods. So anytime he heard of a, you know, Fish Friday, he wanted to go. And the assumption was always that it was fried catfish, even if it wasn't. Like, I'm pretty sure we went to a couple Fish Fridays that were like tilapia and whatever. We just call it catfish. It's all good.
But
so we got.
But that was supposed to be the thing when we came back. Well, we obviously didn't make the trip because he passed. But coming back from St. Louis, it was like, yeah, when I get back, we're gonna get some catfish. So
Joe got a metric butt ton of catfish and 2 metric butt tons of mac and cheese from like a soul food place near us called Skibo's. Woo woo, hashtag Skibo's.
Yes. I will give them a rousing endorsement.
Yes,
Skibo's.
If you are local, definitely go. They've got amazing food. If you like soul food, you will love theirs. So Joe got those 2 dishes. We fancied up some baked beans and some turnip greens, cooked up some hush puppies, which was another one of his favorites.
Which by the way, the baked beans, the fancied up baked beans, that's because Papa liked to buy in bulk, and there were 8 million cans of baked beans.
We still have 4 million cans of baked beans and several fewer cans of turnip greens.
Yes, there were like 5 or 6 cans of turnip greens.
But they were like big cans.
Yeah.
So, so, you know, we're trying to make use of, that's another thing. There's a lot of food in the house that is not necessarily food that we would buy. But, you know, we're just trying to kind of roll with it. It's here. We're obviously not going to let it go to waste. And we spend less on groceries until, you know, such time that we've expended all of the Sam's purchases. But
I would say we are not going to buy, and I told Grandma that we're not going to buy in bulk the way he did, because we still have so much toilet paper
and corn. Toilet paper and corn.
Poop. But we have so much toilet paper in here.
It's a lot.
It's like
it is kind of, it's a little bit ironic because there was a lot of why would people buy that much toilet paper because of the pandemic. I don't know if you guys remember 2020 and like the great toilet paper shortage.
So they made it through the great toilet paper shortage and somehow came out on the other side, and now he's got some for the next toilet paper shortage.
Yes.
But now it's baby formula, so I don't think he's going to buy any of that.
But yeah, so we had a really nice spread. We had some appetizers and just some nibbles and stuff, and Joe made a beautiful slide show presentation with 200 pictures, I think.
Yeah, about 200 pictures
of not just Papa, but basically this is your life. Papa from, I'm not even joking, maybe
6 to 8 months old.
Yeah, 6 to 8 months old until a week before he passed on his 89th birthday. So, and everything in between, with family, with friends, with airmen that he was in the military with.
I have to stop that. The way you said it,
What did I say?
A week before he passed on his 89th birthday. He didn't pass on his 89th birthday.
A week before he passed, he turned 89.
There you go.
The last picture that had been taken of him was of him blowing his candles out on his peach pie on his 89th birthday, a week before he passed. And we had gotten him Culver's. I don't know if we talked about it in the last episode about him. He really just wanted a giant vanilla milkshake, which I don't even understand that, because I mean, what is that other than a frozen cup of frozen milk? But hey, he got his giant vanilla milkshake. We got, we had a hamburger lunch, and he got his little peach pie, and he blew his candles out, and he was happy. And so yeah, Joe put together this gorgeous, picture montage of him, and he put it to some big mad music in the background, and we just kind of enjoyed that for I think 5 times over. I mean, it was really cool.
Yeah, when I was making it, I was like, okay, so what songs am I gonna put on this thing? Like, I'm like, because I was making an actual video, and I was like, well, what music should I put in this thing? Like, how am I gonna do that? And I was like, you know what? I'll put no music, so it'll just be quiet, and then I'll just put on like the Amazon music, like play this genre of music, and it just, it was like, there we go. Yeah, so it was 2 different presentations. It was like the earlier, and then like things that were actual pictures that I scanned. I actually went to the scanner with old photographs, scanned them, and then cropped out, either problems or
the margins or whatever.
Yeah, things like that. So I'm
just kidding. Nobody got cropped out. Maybe, I don't know.
Honestly, I don't think I did crop out anybody, unless they were just like people in the background that didn't really matter. But I did that with the first slideshow, was all that, and then the rest was like stuff we had on social media. And
so from about 2014 on, when we moved back.
There were other pictures from my 29th, 8th birthday. Right. So yeah, about that time. So, but yeah, it was all digital camera.
Yeah, it was more recent stuff. Post 2000. But yeah, it was
iPhone time, pretty much. Yeah,
it was a really good day. We started at 12 and ended at about 4, and had cousins, and a lot of my family came, and grandparents, and it was 15, 16 people maybe.
Yeah, about 15 people, I'd say.
I mean, it was really nice. Really nice.
I just had the music playing, and on the slideshow, so there was a little bit of ambiance, and it wasn't too loud. So like if you're on the other side of the house, you're able to carry on a conversation without any sort of problems. So yeah, it was very nice.
Yeah, and to finish it off, we had little mini banana cream pies,
which I did not have.
Which he did not have one yet. There are still some left in the fridge, but so for his birthday this year, we ended up getting him like a little peach pie. Yeah, for Papa's birthday, we got him a little peach pie. But for Grandma's last birthday in September, when she turned 88, I got her a banana cream pie. I don't know why we specifically picked that flavor.
I don't know. We just
sounded good, probably.
They like bananas.
Yeah.
I mean,
but there's another local endorsement. If you've never been to Jones Perfect Pies, go. They have delicious pies. They have savory pies. Good stuff. So anyway, I had gotten a banana cream pie.
Sorry, I actually didn't know about this. So is Jones Perfect Pies, is it called that still, or is it mixed in with the ice cream shop? How does that work out?
Yes. I'll be honest, I didn't look at the storefront, so I don't know what it said out front. But if you walk into the place that 6 months ago was Jones Perfect Pies, it is Jones Perfect Pies and also O'Galley Ice Creamery. So you can get ice cream, you can get pies, you can get pot pies, you can get... Ooh, I got an espresso float.
Another small business endorsement.
Yes, definitely go. Super good. Different side of town. But yeah, so... yesterday Des and I went and picked up a dozen little, they call them tarts, so it's just a mini pie, which is so great. So we had little tiny banana cream pies in honor of Papa, because when we had it last year, I'm pretty sure he ate half of a pie, like a legit 10-inch banana cream pie. Half of that went in his belly that day, like that hour.
He had a sweet tooth.
He did have a sweet tooth, but specifically it was like, we'd all had COVID, and he'd had it really bad, and he'd lost a lot of his appetite for a while. And I remember him talking about like how delicious it was, and like he was hungry again, and he had a good appetite, and he really wanted to eat. So that man ate half a pie. I'm not even kidding. The rest of us just kind of looked on like, wow, wish we had some leftovers.
27,000 calories.
Well, it was 27,000 calories that his body could support, because he was a wee thing for a while there.
Yeah. But yeah.
It was a really nice day.
There were some tears, some laughs.
Yeah. Grandma got a lot of support, and I think she really felt the love from her family, from my family, and she knew that what we did, we didn't do things that we wanted done at a memorial ceremony, or we thought would be great, or we did things that we knew he would love. And
just
I think she
sat
realized, yeah,
and ate good food and
and
had
talked.
and
I mean,
talked
that was
and
like his lifeblood. Let's sit and eat good food and talk. Like, he didn't have to do much else to be happy.
yep,
That was his thing.
yeah,
So
and that's even what Grandma said. She said, Papa would have loved this.
he would have. He would have. I could have. I could hear things he would have said during certain times of the ceremony. Whether funny or he always seemed like genuinely surprised at something that he'd never heard of, or something that he had never thought to do. If you said, "Oh, I tried this with this food," it was always "I never," better. All these funny little sayings that they were just canned. Like, he had them immediately ready, and there were so many times today where I was like, "Oh, he would have said this, or he would have said something like that," and it was nice.
Which is actually kind of funny that you did this kind of almost like a segue there. I thought about this the other day, and I said we should, on an episode, I can't promise it'll be always something, but there's just the Papa-isms. And Papa-isms. I'm not sure how I'll go there, but just things he would say, and maybe give context to them. So like she was saying, if there was something that was just, it was true, but it was like an unbelievable thing.
It was like a foreign concept to him.
He'd be like, it'd be like, better.
Which that phrase doesn't make sense. But I knew what he meant when he said it. Like, I guess the thought is, better than to believe that is true.
It's like, that must be a lot. So just for instance, if I'm using that in context, be like, if I went to Publix and they had 2 jars of Duke's mayonnaise
Gross.
for $3, be like, yeah, I got 2 jars for $3. Better.
Meaning, that's impossible.
Like, there's no way you got it for $3. Like, so that is the context in which he would have used.
I really think it was like, better than to believe that's true. That's like, there was like there is no way that could possibly be true. Right.
But it must be, because I don't think that you lied to me. But yes, so that is
there were a lot of technological conversations that we had that ended in better. Like, oh, did you know that you could bank online? Better. Oh, did you know that you could take pictures and send them and print them out using just this phone in my hand? Better.
And then, which was also where another one would come in. You're like, especially with technology. So I guess you're going to get a twofer for the Pop-isms.
Oh, BOGO.
So the I'm a rotary dial man. So just with his
meaning, that's too much technology for me.
Like, you know what? he didn't know how to use a smartphone
and didn't want to.
And yeah, he was, when I would, once I got to where I had access to the accounts and helped him, especially during COVID, because they couldn't deposit checks really, because you had to like make an appointment just to go into the bank. And he didn't even know you could go to an ATM and deposit a check. Like, he would like want to go and wait in line, and because he is a rotary dial man, and probably filled out a deposit slip before he even got there.
Oh,
yeah. And all those kind of things.
For sure.
And then annotated it in his checkbook.
Annotated the checkbook, 100%.
Yeah, so that was...
Is that checkbook still up there?
It's in the safe.
Oh, you put it in there? There was always a spot.
He had to move that. He had to move that because he couldn't reach it because of his shoulder injury.
They have this little shelf of mugs, coffee mugs, and it was always at the top. Like, it was hidden up there, but that's where he always kept it. And yeah, I think I wrote a check for him once or twice, and I always had to make sure that the ledger was annotated, because he needed to make sure that those $50 or whatever.
Because he is a rotary dial man.
Exactly.
But he's like, I got this check, and the bank's closed. Is like, oh. So I downloaded the Bank of America app and put in the account information and.
Ta-da!
You know better.
You know better.
Yeah, so that was Papa. Just it was great. It was the Popisms.
There were some funny ones.
Yeah. Well. I don't think I want to reveal anymore.
No.
I mean, because I've got a big one in my head. I'm gonna have to write them down. There was a TV show, but it also started as a book. It was the Shit My Dad Says. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of not to the same degree, because I think some of what his dad said might have been,
I don't know,
more vulgar.
Some of the stuff your grandpa said was kind of vulgar.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
there was some stuff that I would roll my eyes and walk away.
So we're gonna start jotting it down, and kind of just put like we used to do pod decks at the end. It'll be Popisms.
Hashtag Popisms.
Time for another Popism. You know better. And don't be gross, because you know better.
You know better. Don't you get no bunky pox. Bunky pox? Monkey pox. Don't you get no bunky pox. Also, Bunky's, another local restaurant that I will highly endorse, and maybe we'll talk about it one day. But yes.
And also, we did not get anything from them.
No, that's unrelated to today or possibly even this entire year at this point. No, we went this year. Nope, we went for my birthday last year. Nope. Never mind.
Wait, when Emelita came to town, was that for your birthday?
Yes.
Okay, well, then there you go.
Yeah.
I believe.
All right. We'll talk to y'all soon.
Well, you stop with the all right and all this. Stop with the Popisms. She is giving away all the Popisms. So, and I might even play the voicemail for a future episode. You know what?
That should be the intro or the exfill. That's the wrong word. Anyway, instead of the outro music.
Intro, outro, extro.
Instead of the outro music, you should put that voicemail. No.
We'll see.
Aw.
We'll see.
One day
you'll get to hear the email or the voicemail, but
in the meantime,
you know better.
Bye.
All right, guys, don't be gross. Quit saying bye. We're not bye yet.
Darn it.
Bye.
This has been a Getting to Know Brews presentation. Music provided by purpleplanet.com. That's purple-planet.com.